Well, I guess that my phone decided that we were going to start now. Let me just put my coffee. Oh, God. Hi. Don't know who we're going to read for, but we're doing it. Welcome. Welcome back to the cell phone view of, the whole tarot thing. Yeah, we got like the whole Jimmy rigged setup here. Let's see who we're reading for. I believe that, we haven't done Libra, have we? I don't think we have. Libra, it's your turn. Let's see what we can get going here. We're going to use the Botticelli Tarot for you, and I am doing a different spread. We're going to do the hidden. Oh, wait one sec. See, I didn't even have an opportunity to close the door because I'm doing laundry and stuff. I'm doing a new spread called The Hidden. We're going to use the Botticelli Tarot for you. And yeah. First, we're going to get your magnetic poetry. This is stuff that's hidden from your awareness at this time during May. So that's what we're going to do. So let's get started. Everything you need to know is in the description box. Please check out your rising moon and Venus sign for additional messages. And yeah, if you didn't know, my screen capture button on my laptop is misfiring. So I have to get that fixed. It's like the worst button in the world to be misfiring because I can't do anything on my laptop at all. So if I want to keep doing readings here, I have to use my phone. So that's what we're doing here today. Let's see for Libra, what is hidden from their awareness messages. Yeah, if you want to know how to find out what your rising sign is, you need to know the time that you were born. I did include in the description box of the videos a place where you can go to check that out. It's free to do your natal chart at that website. And they've been pretty consistent throughout the last, literally 20 years with finding that out. So please get a piece of paper and a pen out. Ampersand. That's a song by Amanda Palmer, by the way. Okay, not a lot of words for you today. It's been a really long time, I must say. It's been a really long time since I've done videos on cell. And I don't have a tripod anymore, so I even had to jerry rig up my tripod. Yeah, I was not mentally prepared for this. I was just checking out my camera view, but it's time. It's time. So let's do it. Jot these down. You can press the pause button if you have to, and then it'll help. It'll help. Yep, so there you have it. Those are your messages. Okay, Leaves, let's get started for you. Again, we're using the Botticelli Tarot, and this is a new spread that I'm doing. It's the hidden. We're first going to start, it's going to be like in a box shape, but we're going to start out with what's hidden from your awareness about yourself. The heart of the reading will be about you. And I mean, your girl is drinking coffee now. I never used to drink coffee. I started when I was in Calgary. And because I drank coffee, today was my Saturday, because I'm working from home on Sunday this week. By the way, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. But yeah, so I'm working on Mother's Day from home and hopped up on coffee. I literally zipped around the house doing all the chores, and now I'm here doing this. Ooh. We had Solstafir, Love is the Devil, and I Am in Love, and Tranquilizer by The Killers and Lou Reed, featuring Lou Reed. Those were songs that came up. There's also a Megadeth song, but I can't look on my phone now because I'm recording, so I can't check what that song was. Okay, Libra. Twist for fairness. Okay. Heart of the matter during May for you. What is hidden from your awareness about yourself during this time? I only take flippers and jumpers. Ooh, you got 2. Right off the bat. Right off the bat. We have the 7 of Wands with the 4 of Cups. 7 of Wands, there's a little bit of defensive energy that you've got about potentially a connection. Sorry about my nails. I'm not doing my nails. I'm paying off debt. But there's defensiveness about a connection being handed to you from the divine at this time. You might have a lack of interest and boredom to do with the connections that are coming to you these days. Yeah, I might change the lighting in here. Give me a sec. Let's change the lighting. That's a little intense. I don't know if I like that. We could go with that. We could go with this. I don't know. It's a little bit more sunny. I don't know. But yeah, you got some defensiveness there with the 7 of Wands. Being on guard and protecting oneself from a connection that might be potentially handing to you from the divine, but you're kind of like there's a lack of boredom. I mean, a lack of interest and some boredom to have to do with a lot of the connections that you could potentially be seeing come to you lately. Not really sure. You'll have to kind of figure that out for yourself, why that would be. But let's take a look at in the previous energy. Shuffling backwards, interestingly enough. But shuffling backwards for you in the past, we'll take 3 for each position. We have a flipper. 3 of Pentacles in the upright. So it seems to be that there was friendship in the past, or a contract, a partnership of some sort that was kind of apparent and happening for you. Could have had to do with arts, the arts. But it was something that was like firmly laying a foundation as far as a friendship goes, or something that started out as friendship or had the promise of something more, but it began as friendship. What else do we have? We're having a hard time here. You're having a hard time with this because you didn't really know if there were ulterior motives with it, potentially. In the past, hidden from your awareness. From your awareness. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I might have already done Libra. I hope I didn't. It's not crossed off on the list. Knave of Wands, Page of Wands. There was passionate communication that accompanied it. And that might be why you were kind of worried about ulterior motives. You know, the ulterior motives piece of this card, the 3 of Pentacles, is something that for me was channeled. It wasn't something that I would generally associate with the 3 of Pentacles. But here what we see is we see a friendship energy coming in the recent past, or in the past for you, hidden from your awareness, or a contract coming in, but you kind of feel like there's ulterior motives to do with it, especially considering that there was some passionate communication that accompanied it. So not really quite sure what to make of it, sounds like to me. Lastly, in the recent past, hidden from your awareness, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. That Justice card. You wanted to come out in there, but you didn't. Tell me more. In the past, hidden from your awareness. No. It came out anyway. Doubles. There you are. Queen of Swords in the upright with the Justice card. Libra energy. And Libra energy seems to be that for you in the recent past, there was something linked to this during Libra season, but it might be that instead of that you were looking for balance and fairness and equilibrium and truth when it came to this communication, this passionate communication. It might have also been a passionate communication that was coming about at a time when you were distracted by legal issues in particular, or you were concerned about if it was imbalanced and the truthfulness associated with it. If this was a contract in the recent past, you were wondering because it came in so passionately, or the communication and the excitement that accompanied it, you were worried about the legality surrounding it. You could have also been considering involving the justice system regarding communications coming in, passionate communications, something that you felt like it's coming in like it's friendship, but it's not, or a contract coming in or an offer coming in, and trying to survey it from a standpoint of fairness and equilibrium. There's something about honoring the self also, especially considering that we have these two here so emphatically. Honoring the self, connecting with oneself, and how to balance one's energy, being fair to oneself, considering how to be true to oneself regardless of this that's come in. A contract with a friend, and even though there's excitement and passion behind it, especially with the symbolism here. We see the violin. I'm going to say it's a violin because there's the bow and that instrument. There could be a lute, but it's got a bow, so I'm going to call it a violin or a viola. And then this person, because the wands are associated with creative endeavors, passion projects, and such, this could be a friend who was approaching you with an offer or a contract that had to do with creative endeavors or creative ventures. But you're concerned with the legality of it, or a contract that had to do with a friend. That Three of Pentacles, friendship energy. And you're looking at the law surrounding it, or laws that have to do, contract laws. I just keep thinking the contract law. That there's something hidden about that in the recent past for you. Contract law. With creative endeavors and what is fair to you. What is balanced, what is equal. How are you being true to yourself and honoring yourself in that piece? Even though it seems that somebody is communicating to you very strongly from an excited, passionate space regarding it, right? Sorry, this lighting is really pissing me off. It's okay. It's about the message. Anyway, what is top of mind for you, or coming from above, that is hidden from your awareness at this time? We already have two. They're coming out in twos for you. So that kind of honors the equilibrium and the duality of a Libra. We have the Hermit and the Sun. So in between or during, because I'm ruled by time, sometimes often I end up getting timings with cards. And this says to me that during, specifically during Leo Virgo cusp season, there's something that's coming about. You could also have something from above come to you from a Leo Virgo cusp individual. The Sun card being the Leo card and the Hermit being the Virgo card. It's like a timing, do you see? Mid-August in particular. But this is wishes being granted, yes card in the tarot, something that is extremely happy. It's also about stepping into the sun and seeing the warmth. But it is about happiness and joy. It's something that sparks joy. To do with a deep personal truth and knowing of sorts after some time of self-reflection and connecting with oneself on a deeper personal level than maybe you had before. The Hermit is also an extremely analytical character, and I think that's why we associate him with that deep personal truth, that inner knowing, is because Virgo is a very analytical sign. But I can't help but notice in particular that this is very strongly coming across as something that's during August 19th through 23rd that's happening, or somebody who is a Leo Virgo cusp individual, something coming from above from a Leo Virgo cusp individual. True happiness coming from knowing oneself and one's personal truth. A wish being granted, or an affirmation, or confirmation of a personal truth or something that you've learned about yourself. One final card for up here, what's coming from above, or of course also hidden from your awareness, but crowning you. It's almost like divine guidance, but hidden from your awareness. Chariot in the reverse. Has to do with no movement forward, stagnation. Also a halt in travel. This is either a travel card for me in the upright, also Cancerian energy, by the way. The Chariot for me in the upright is about change of address, but also travel. In particular, for me, it's about travel. Getting one's personal wish connected, like an affirmation or a wish, a yes, a confirmation about a deep personal truth, the learning about oneself, or analyzing why one must not travel or not move forward with no further progress, no forward movement, or not moving, not changing address. One wishes not to change address because the personal truth is they understand their deep sense of belonging. They don't want to, you don't want to move forward, or that what's coming from above is that you wish not to move forward or move from the space that you're in because you understand the deep sense of personal belonging is something that you've always wished for. Inverse of Cancer is Capricorn. Just looking at the Chariot in the reverse and trying to figure out that. Rising from your subconscious, what's below you and hidden from your awareness at this time during May. I know we're looking at timings because we have so much of that popping up here, but it is a May reading. So, anyway, yeah, they're always coming out in twos and pairs. The Hangman, Pisces energy, and the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Gaining perspective. You've been attempting to look at things from all angles and survey things from all angles in order to achieve perspective. This is a voluntary action that the Hanged Man takes. He puts himself up there in order to survey things from all angles. He wants to achieve an ultimate perspective, having surveyed things from all different points of view. And so he puts himself up there. Piscean energy on that, with the Knight of Swords in the reverse, attempting not to impulsively act. It's almost like a feeling of sitting on one's hands in order to prevent impulsive action because you wish to achieve perspective on something. You might have a lot of restless energy and not really while lacking direction, but understand, like, you have this deeper understanding that the reason that there is that restless energy and you're not really feeling like you can move in any direction is because you haven't achieved perspective on something. You're trying to survey things. You might even be asking people their opinions on something at this time. And it's like you don't understand the motivation for it, but you're doing it. What else? Hidden from your awareness, coming from below, the subconscious. Okay, the Four of Swords in the reverse. You're attempting to heal something. You're awaiting the time when you have achieved a healing, a sense of healing and completion after a time of rest, repose, rejuvenation, when you have taken the time to meditate on a situation. After some personal pain in the Three of Swords. Usually this is either, so normally when we see minor arcana cards in the reverse, usually it's moving back to the previous card, which would be the Three of Swords, or it's the achievement of what the card signifies. So for me, when I see this, I usually attribute it to somebody who's come out of the need for healing in the Four of Swords, sleeping it off under the tree in order to achieve a deeper healing that's required after heartbreak, or pain, anguish, frustration. The Four of Swords in the reverse, though, what I'm seeing here is that you're sitting on your hands, and instead of acting impulsively after coming out of a period of healing and introspection, quiet repose, that you'd rather not kind of just shoot from the hip having done the healing. Like, it's not like Action Jackson. You're trying not to be that individual who's just like, yeah, I'm ready to go because I did the healing, so yes, yeah, I'm going. No, you're trying not to do that. You're trying to establish an all angles view on something before moving forward on it. Instead, you're trying not to be impulsive about something because you've taken the time to heal on it. So you're trying to do it right this time. Because you never took the time to heal before. You were always preoccupied. You always were too occupied to take the time to heal something before. Like, you used distraction. You always believed that distraction was a way to heal something. Like distraction and time were healing, but now you've actually taken the time to think through something and meditate on it and rest, as opposed to just letting time and distraction do the healing for you. And you're attempting to look at things from all angles and consider other perspectives as a means of healing while resting and taking the time out that's required to heal. And also understand better now so in the Bible, there's this thing called pause for reflection, Selah. In the Bible, in Psalms, there's this word that appears like millions, well, not millions of times. In the book of Psalms, in the Bible, there's this word, Selah. And I believe it's a Hebrew word. I looked it up once because I couldn't stop saying it, and I didn't know what the fuck it meant. And then I was like, why do I keep hearing this? Why do I keep hearing this? What does it mean? And it's like if you've ever read sheet music and they have the little rest symbol, it means pause for reflection, actually. And so it's like you've taken the time here and the opportunity to pause for reflection instead of allowing distraction and time to be masked as healing. And because you've done that, you don't want to, you unconsciously or subconsciously realize that acting impulsively, now that you've done that work, isn't the right step, the right move forward. this is almost like being a Knight of Pentacles. A Knight of Swords in the reverse is like a Knight of Pentacles. Somebody who takes strategic, methodical action forward as opposed to impulsive, quicksilver action. Moving forward, what's hidden from your awareness? Yeah, you keep on doing this. I you know, it's funny how that happens for some signs, but you keep doing this to me. We've got the Knight of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, and moving forward, you're going to continue. Knight of Wands in the reverse with the Ten of Swords in the reverse in order to prevent pain, consternation, heartbreak, and suffering, and a terrible ending to take place. You're going to prevent yourself from taking passionate action moving forward. You're avoiding taking passionate action moving forward, like going out guns a-blazing. Like I said, this is this. This guy here is Action Jackson. So you're not doing that. You're not going to be that guy. You're going to, you know, or girl, you know, I don't know why I'm getting male energy here, but that's what I'm getting. There are no cups on this board except in your middle of your spread here with that Four of Cups. This is the only cup in your board. Everything else is wands and swords. You're in a lot of thought, a lot of analytical, deep thinking, intellectual energy. And it's a lot of creative energy too. So a lot of ideas flying through the headspace here. And you're not in the future. What's hidden from your awareness is that you will continue not to spring forward with that fervent, passionate action. You're going to prevent yourself from doing that in order to avoid a painful ending, sickness. You know, it could actually be that you decide that you're not going to go forward guns a-blazing on things like a for lack of a better term, like a psycho, so that you don't hurt yourself or get sick, cause illness and injury. You're trying to do it from a space that is more, like I said, logical, methodical, strategic, careful. And you try not to cause pain, further agony. What is this here? I don't know why I'm like, I never noticed this before, but check it out. This person is grabbing onto the foot of somebody else. You're trying not to let, you know, this Ten of Swords be, you're trying to do it in a way that's not going to cause pain to others too. That's finally for you. Interesting. Will we have another cup come out in this spread, or is that going to be the only one, Libra? I don't know. Let's see. You got something big brewing here, and it's creative and it's intellectual, but it has to be at the right time, and it has to be well thought out. You don't want to just let it fly. Saw the Ten of Pentacles there, by the way. You don't want to just let it fly. You want to be responsible with it. You want it to matter. Okay. Tell me more. What do we have? Lastly, what do we have from May, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, hidden from your awareness in the moving forwardness of this in the future? In the future for you. Okay, thank you. The Magician. Gemini energy. Well, I guess that's appropriate. I I guess that's appropriate considering that we're moving into June. We're actually right on the precipice. Next week, I think we're moving into Gemini season. Yeah, you're attempting to master the self in order to master the elements. You want something to be, you're making something out of nothing. And I don't mean that in the way that like, oh, you know, you're like, I'm not, that's not like, not the cliche sense of that. It's like, you're creating something. This is also a Virgo card, eh? This is a Gemini Virgo card. You're looking forward to Virgo season, but you're starting it in Gemini season. But you don't understand the mastery that's involved in this, that you've taken the time to master the self, and therefore you have truly achieved mastery of the elements. You definitely could be somebody who creates something of worth. You remember how I said something out of nothing? Somebody who creates something magical, something of deep worth, something of significance, something that is profound out of the mundane, or something profound out of thin air. There we go. Thank you. God, sometimes it takes a minute. But yeah, you are somebody who might be creating things of significance, or have created things of significance almost out of thin air. Literally, just the Four of Cups. That was the only cups here. Bottom of the deck. What do we have on the bottom of the deck? King of Swords in the reverse. This is a call to follow your intuition rather than your intellect. At times you might be also somebody who follows your intuition rather than your intellect, therefore falling on your sword. This is also a harbinger, a warning to protect oneself from those with a criminal element. Because this guy here, he's not this guy. This is Aquarian energy, by the way, but also in the reverse, it's not the judge, the magistrate, the parole officer, the police officer, the lawyer, the jail guard, the corrections officer. He's a criminal, a criminal. A not so a nefarious character who's looking to steal from you, or just not an honest person. You know, is somebody who lives within the criminal element. But it's also a warning to stay connected to the intellect rather than the intuition, because this is an individual who is connected more to their intuitive side to their detriment rather than their intellectual side. You know, logic escapes this individual. You know, let's see what dropped here, by the way, just because that was an accident, but there are only happy accidents here. They have the Lovers in the reverse with the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse and High Priestess in the upright. Gemini energy again here on the Lovers. Normally this is in This in All Lives I Choose You. But this is a choice for oneself, or, you know, making a choice as opposed to having a choice. This is making a choice. This is also, so we have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse with it, the choice to choose oneself, or the choice to reject an offer, or you know, it's better to forego an offer during this time, an offer of worth. But this is also contracts, initiations, new job offers, that kind of thing. And with that, then because we have a sense, an intuitive sense that there's something secret or better that will come along in the future. I'm just reading these as a sentence, right? But this is about the deeper occult knowledge, connectedness with the occult, but also connectedness with the intuition. Remember how we were talking about that here? But this is about secrets also. So, anyway. Not a fucking single cup. Still not a single cup out of all of that. I don't know how that happened, but it did. Thank you, Libra. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you did, do this. And if you aren't subscribed already, do that too. We'll see when we see you next. I hope May works out for you. And this is awesome. You know, it's very rarely that we see awesomeness in the tarot community. Although lots of people like to tell you they do. Enjoy the rest of May. We'll see when we see you next. Bye.